Hello, I'm Rob Fiander. I'm from Canada. First, my education. I have 3 diplomas in English literature. The first 2 were from Dalhousie University in Halifax. The third is from the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton. These universities are East Coast universities in Canada. Most recently, I have obtained a TEFL 120-hour course or certificate, and it's helped me to review my in-class strategies. Most of interest to me was the business English strategies mentioned in one of the modules of the course. More about that later. So my working experience. Most recently, I taught for 2 years at Hanbat National University in Daejeon in South Korea. I taught conversation classes there, speaking, listening, reading, writing. The classes I taught were with engineering students who needed to complete the conversation classes to get their degrees. So they were fairly large classes, 20 to 25 to 30 students sometimes. Similarly, in Jungwon University and Kaya University, also in Korea, I taught conversation and the same kind of approach with booklets I was assigned to sometimes use my own PowerPoint slides like this. I'll show you. So these are examples of the PowerPoint slides. I'm not sure if you can see them very well. But they did help some students out. Some of the older students found the visual and printed versions were useful with regard to me pronouncing the words to them in class. I had fairly large classes, and sometimes I used a microphone so that I could be heard very clearly. And with the audio visual, it did help students out. And So that's Hanbat, 2 years, and Kaya and Jungwon University. Prior to teaching at the university level in Korea, I taught at foreign language high schools for about 5 years. 3 years I spent at Hanyang in the overseas program, teaching advanced placement students to succeed on their advanced placement exams, especially reading and writing. Reading literature passages and understanding them and being able to answer multiple choice questions. This was similar at Daewon, where I taught SAT. At Hanguk Academy of Foreign Studies, I simply taught literature and writing to 3 big classes, and I taught conversation to 7 rather large classes. Prior to this, I taught elementary students at the Sejong Institute in Apgujeong, Seoul. And the students there were young, but they had grown up overseas and spoke English pretty well, most of them. I was an administrative assistant and a curriculum developer at that school for 2 years and 8 months. I wrote summaries of children's novels along with questions and answers and also tests and answer keys for other teachers who used the booklets at that school. Finally, my approach in the classroom is to know what the students want and try to give them what they are looking for as far as their goals are concerned. This is particularly important, I believe, to adults who are enrolled in business classes. And they come from working environments, and they have also studied grammar before. So vocabulary in their working environments is important to them. And slideshows, I find, do help. I do like to use those, although I like to show videos that stimulate conversation, videos with useful vocabulary. The TEFL also emphasized things I had done before, like role playing, and there are different things like that I like to do to change up the classroom environment. So that's who I am, where I'm from, my education, my working experience, and my approach in the classroom. I hope your school can find a place for me. I feel I can be of assistance and help students along in achieving their goals. Thank you for listening. Good day.